Reverend Steve, keeping it simple. We're going to be in Revelation 18. We're going to be in verse 19 and 20. I'm going to try to fit these both today together because I want to show a parallel. And the parallel is the world is going to mourn about the harlot's destruction. But God asks us to do something, and it's quite amazing in this scripture. And in Revelation 19 too, also we have to read. I might not touch on that this time or in this series, but eventually I will. In Revelation 19, and the attitudes that we need to have, and I need to have today. And I discussed this in the last video that we need to come out of her. God is calling His children out of the harlot. Many of us see it collapsing and falling apart. And many of us as Christians are being taught that we need to fight for it. In many churches today, we need to fight for it. We need to fight for the foundations of this nation and the foundations of the Constitution and everything else. I'm telling you that I'm going to tell you the difference right here, okay? And this is where our hearts need to be in Revelation, when it talks about in Revelation 20. Let's get into this real fast. They threw dust in their heads, and cried out, weeping and wailing and saying, "Alas, alas, the great city in which all who had ships on the seas became rich by her wealth, for in 1 hour she is made desolate." So that's the world. That's what the world is going on. And God is calling out us from this, not to partake in this, but this is what God tells us we need to do. And this is where our heart needs to be. Listen, Revelation 20, rejoice over her, O heaven, and you holy apostles and prophets, for God has avenged you on her. Think about that. All the things this nation has done in the world today, and that we're starting to see all the things that are going on truly with child trafficking, drugs, all the other things, and it's let to happen. They're letting it happen, and all the other things. And there's going to be persecution that's going to come upon this too. When the persecution of the church starts in this nation, this is us. This is the attitude that we need to have. We need to rejoice at her destruction. In Revelation 19, it's more, the whole heavens rejoice about her destruction. And that's where our hearts got to be now, turning. That's how we come out of her. It's when God is calling His children out of her. God bless.